All right, team, here we are. We're back for an analysis of the alternates and also my team. And I just want to start with the alternates today because it's been a massive week. We hit over 1,000 guys. And if you're liking this content, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate that. But we'll jump in. We've got 1,006 this week. Amazing score. There's a few things that went right, and we'll go through that here. But a round rank of 867 was great. And we moved from 9,000 in the ranks to 1,878. So a perfect week. We couldn't have asked for anything more. We didn't have Cleary, which was great for this week, obviously, not for the coming weeks, but no Cleary this week was cool. Only had Pap as a DNP, but then I started with Walker this year thinking he'll play at some point, and that's come pretty quick, and he'll definitely be playing this week. So a lot of people are thinking about bringing Walker in. I don't even have to bother trading him in. The other lucky thing was I only made one trade this week, which is really helpful. And so I've banked one, which is great, and captain for feeder. So thought he was a chance to go big with the Cowboys, and this is kind of the team where, as it's the alternates, I'm picking a slightly against the grain and a few things slightly different. So very good week. We had Twile, who finally got some bigger minutes, who I'm a big fan of his, and he's going to get, if he gets 50 odd minutes, he'll get the 50 odd points, and then any extra minutes from that he'll go up and go 60 to 70, which was great. And he got that this week, which was awesome. Have McCulloch there with 71. Great work from him, and I almost could have captained him with 71. I would have been happy with that also, but 71 from him. And he got Watson, Twile, and Crichton all over 50 there, which was amazing. Fafita is captain with Jordan Ricky there. Brooks at 45 was solid, and Schuster with 63 as our starting halves. No issues there at all. Avrilo, Momirovski, 29 and 38. Again, no issues, and happy with that. And then Teddy, Tessie, and Laurie. So all solid scores. Teddy slightly under what he's averaged, but for him to get high 70s for the first couple of weeks and then a 52, there's no issues there at all. Moving on to the bench, we had Little, Turpin, Brayley, and then I took Linnu's loop score of 38. So with him playing the first game of the round, I had a chance to either put Lamb or Linnu as my scorer, and decided to take Spencer's 38, and that worked out for an improvement of 8 points. So nothing crazy, but definitely helpful, and got me over the 1,000 mark, which was great. But yeah, so Utukamanu ended up with 48 after that, but I wasn't going to pick him over a guaranteed 38, and that's something to think about. If you end up having someone who's a DMP that they play later in the week, you can put them in that 4 spot and go from there. Lamb's probably going to have to be traded this week. It'll be interesting to see who I pick up for him. We do only have the 1/2 on the bench with Walker, so if I wanted to, I could probably bring in an O'Sullivan to bank a little bit of that cash that Lamb has and go from there. I currently believe I have 88k spare. Yeah, 88k. So we can use that to upgrade a little bit elsewhere, but we'll have a look at that with this round 4 makeup. And who do you guys think I should trade out in this team, if anyone, really? Like, we could happily leave the exact same team and bring in an O'Sullivan, for example. I don't see many of these guys as being trade outs, and Pappenhausen can come back into the starting side. We can then go Averillo for Tessie. We can change that. The only thing would be, possibly this half position. A lot of people are saying, should I trade out Brooks? And that's a clear no. I wouldn't be doing that. But really cool to see how this team's made up. We've got some money makers on the bench, and I could trade Lamb for someone like that. But the rest of it is pretty solid, and it might be a smart idea to sort of bank a few trades now, and so we can really launch come round 6, 7, 8, and closer to the buy rounds there. But there you go, guys. Let me know if you beat out my squad this week at round rank of 867 out of 128,000 is pretty cool. But yeah, that's where we're at with the alternates for this week. Let me know if you've got any trades for me, and we'll go from there. All right, so we moved to my team, NRL Fantasy Analysis. We had an okay round. We missed out on, obviously, Pap and Cleary's score, and I had an absolute shocker of a start. I had Christian Welch in the first game and Alvaro early on. I was like, are you serious? I'm going to be ranked like 4 billion after this round. But literally from Thursday onwards, everything went right. I have RTS, and he finally had a big round, and he's now averaging, I think, 55. So priced at 47 for an average of 55 in 3 rounds, exactly what we're looking for, and that's what I think he'll average across the season, around that 55 mark. A lot of people were wanting to trade him out, and I think that was pretty silly, obviously in hindsight, but he's someone that is a keeper every year in the wing fullbacks, and there's no point trading out one of those guys. Even people would want to bring in Latrell for him, and cool, he's going to have some big games, but they're both going to have big games, and they're both going to have scores in the 40s like Latrell has the last couple of weeks. So that's that. But Bradley is 67, Welsh 30, and Alvaro 26. So pretty annoying. Both should score better than that next week. And so it'd be interesting if I decide to make a trade this week. I believe I have 172k salary remaining. And if I decide to trade out a Welsh, it's just, will he average closer to 50? I'm not exactly sure. Will he be a keeper? Also not sure. So I could leave him for a little bit, but his money-making potential has hit the floor a little bit, which is annoying. So yes, that would mean I'm making some bulk trades at the start, but I feel like if I can make that couple more, and I could trade out someone like Lockie Croker for Sam Walker and build that cash, and I could go like a Welch to Tohu, for example, and shore up at my mids in the edge, and then I won't have to worry about that anymore, which would be cool. But in terms of this makeup, we got those two guys. That was the only real bad spot in our mids, and then Crichton as captain, a little bit annoying with 54, and it's probably why I didn't get a massive score this week, but still happy with the output. It's better than captaining someone like Moses and getting stuffed around there. But Fafita's in there with 92 as my vice. Really good efforts from him, and it was a nice finisher to the round with Fafita and Fogs, who, as I said, I brought in Fogs this week. Did really well, got 61 all in base, no real attacking stats. So when he starts getting a few of those, even if he gets a try or something himself, then he'll be able to go big and score some big ones. But I'm hoping for an average around that, high 50s to 60, and that'll put him around 100k undervalued, which will be cool there. My centers, Opacek, just the safest man in the game at the moment. Just need him to score a try. I'll get some attacking stats, and he'll be great. But awesome defender. I really feel safe with him in the side. Tessie New with 31 there as well, but he was down in the wing fullbacks and scored well. But had Avrilo I played in the centers, so for 29, should pop back into round 3 there. Yes, Averillo then, and Tessie, Laurie, and Tuivasa was great. And then a bench of Little, Turpin, Ricky, and Leniu. So nothing crazy on the bench, but it is what it is. When we had Cleary and Pap there wasn't too much we could do, but that was fine. And this week, as I said, we've got Cleary and Pap to come back in, which we'll slide that back over. So it looks a bit stronger there. Where's our issues? And I'd say definitely in the mids with a Welsh is the only sort of the one that I'm too stressed about at the moment. Centers, I'm happy. Wing fullbacks, I'm happy. It'll be Croker, who made a little bit of cash this week, I think 22k, but he'll be someone that will be happily moving on very soon. Could be this week for someone like Walker, who I think is a very safe option at 228k. If I trade Croker to Walker, then I could go Welsh to Tohu very easily. There's also examples like Adam Elliott, who could be really cool. Payne Haas is a bit too high for me at the moment, but it might be interesting to see him drop a little bit in price and then be thinking about picking him up at some point. But all the other guys here, yeah. So Tohu's your next best mid. Frizzell's been going really well, but I'm going to leave him out for this stage. Carrigan will be cool. Maybe he can drop a tiny bit more in cash, and we'll go from there. Pangai's a decent option as a dual position. Murray's going to be good as well. So, yeah, Barnett, we're not sure about. He's got a slight injury possibly. Twile's there, but Tohu at a dual position will really shore up that mids and the edge. And I could move Crichton up and play Ricky here, so I don't have to play Alvaro, or could still have him on the bench. We'll see how that goes. But that's where the team's looking at the moment. I think it's really set up to, as I said, I thought I was going to launch this round with Pap and Cleary playing and bringing in Fogs and really shoring that up, but wasn't to be. We kind of did okay with a 9,000 rank for the week, and 5,028 overall. I think we can push up into that top 3,000 or 2,000 over the next few weeks and really launch, and hopefully bank a few trades maybe over the next few weeks. Thinking about using the 2 this week and then just holding steady for a couple of rounds, obviously pending injury, and just trade for that. But other than that, I'm really happy with how everything's looking, and we'll go from there, guys. But yeah, so if you're enjoying these, please hit like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Let me know what trades you're making this week, and if you think I should do anything different to what I'm thinking at the moment in both these teams. But that's where we're at, and as I said, I hope you enjoy. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.